Back out here on July 1st, and can you believe it? It is already the second half of the year. But most importantly, what's up, rail fans? Had to grab me some lunch, and I am here in my usual spot, greeted by an approach. That usually means that trains are going to be meeting here. Well, that's in most cases anyway. And well, looks like that case is going to hold. The Highway 52 lights and gates are activating, and coming around the corner, or sneaking around the corner, we get a hotshot train. This is X026 coming from Jacksonville, Moncrief Yard. Still no word on that meeting train coming south, but at least the weather is nice. I mean, it's a lot cooler than most days. But then I looked back at that sitting train and looked up, and I see why. A building storm off to the southeast, and from the looks of it, I think it's on the opposite side of Interstate 65. But storms can expand, and it can get me still. We'll see. A few more minutes have passed and the wait is on, but what wasn't waiting was the rain. 026's conductor made a wise move to get inside the cab door there. It just unleashed out of nowhere. Regardless, this system is still trying to get its act together. Ever heard that old saying, it could be raining on one side of the street and not the other? Well, how about on the opposite side of the tracks? Yeah, look over there right now. It's raining over there, not where I'm standing. Even though I'm under a tree, the rain has stopped where I am. It's just coming down over there. Well, while watching nature do its thing, here comes our visiting or meeting train. Southbound train, X647. Both trains are trying their best as they pass one another and keep going. But while that's going on, the sky opens. Now with the manifest off the main and in the siding, the intermodal gets a high green at North End Pelham and guns it. Watch it as it accelerates. Okay, I'm not kidding when I said that. Here comes the DP unit 5119. Listen to that throttle as it opens up and lets loose. This train is running every bit of track speed, maybe a little more, but look at him go. Also, as the trains pass one another, they do communicate that there will be another train entering the picture, I-125, and according to what I heard, it is a monster, a beast. In other words, a big, long train. Thinking X647 was going to get a medium clear out of the siding and press on south, that wasn't happening. And of course, this was going to cause a lot of frustration with the drivers. And not to mention, I can see it. While watching the drivers shuffle around trying to figure a way to get around all of this, it did dawn on me that I-125 will most likely be taking the SNA coming this way and taking the crossover to keep going. And it is a good thing I moved a little bit closer to these signals. Already knocking down Murray and coming over, calling medium clear Lee. Here comes I-125 heading to Savannah. when they said this train was a monster, they weren't kidding. But what I also love is the fact they are running through this crossover at a higher speed, and I love that. And there goes the stack train, overtaking the mixed train that is still here, blocking any ways to get to the rest of Pelham, unless you backtrack to Helena. I could definitely tell the driver's patience is wearing thin. They are trying any means to get out of here. Well, as said, Helena is the best bet, but I know there's a way coming into here that is just as troublesome. That turn area coming off of US 31 is really short, so that might be blocking back into main traffic. Now looking at it from a different angle, drivers are still scrambling with the block crossings, but the action isn't letting up yet since Murray is now showing a high green for northbound. X647 finally gets signal indication to proceed on south, though it's just a restricted signal, but hey, at least the crossings will get cleared. While the wait for this northbound continues, I am looking at that traffic and wondering how far back into Helena does it go? Just the thought of it scares me, and you know what? I don't want to know. Traffic had a few minutes to get rolling a bit. That was until the lights and gates at Highway 52 are activating. We get another mixed freight, M646, making every good bit of track speed. Before this train even got out of the picture, dispatch got on the horn telling them that they will be meeting I-181. Back here at Lee Street, the inactivity has given the traffic the chance to finally clear up. But looking at that signal once again, we get an approach. We got something coming. Honestly, I find it wise that any train going through here and heading south gets a rolling start before getting to Watkins, because getting there means you have to go up a hill, and I've seen that hill slow trains down dramatically. But the signal aspect does improve to a clear, so that train is making its way. Some time has passed, and suddenly, looking back at Lee Street, the signal went back to red. This is known as dispatcher taking away a signal from a train. I checked the crossover track, and it's still showing a red, as well as Murray behind me. So that leaves out the opposite side of Lee Street signal. And wouldn't you know, an approach. Looks like another meeting of two trains is in the work. But when I was making my way towards Donut Joe's and that nice shady tree, I looked back again and it went to a clear signal. So never mind, no train meet. I have a feeling several drivers called in about the long-term train blockage. So I have a good hunch that most trains will be held at Parkwood Junction for the time being. Taking a look above those signal heads, I might be in for another shower. Looks like another storm's brewing. The northbound was nowhere in sight, but the southbound was. It was taking what the former dispatcher Miss Susie would always say, taking the scenic route. Coming off of the S&A and stopping here at Lee, this is I-181. I-181 is among the intermodal traffic coming from East Thomas Yard of BNSF, one of the easternmost yards BNSF has. It comes on the CSX and makes its way to Fairburn, Georgia. And here comes that northbound, also an intermodal, I-126 out of Savannah, Georgia. All right, mainline all clear, switches are all set, medium clear at Lee, and watch I-181 let loose. Get on to Georgia there. And here's why the intermodal had to get out of here in such a hurry. Because at CP Murray, someone behind it needs to go to Pensacola, Florida. M523. Wow. Making my way back to the Lee Street, and I'm greeted by another medium clear. Something tells me the Lineville is tied up with trains between here and Parkwood Junction. It wasn't far away and already calling medium approach medium at Murray. We get some loaded grain, G425. A pair of DP units in the midsection and pulling nothing but manifest. Wait a minute, this is the whole train itself. Well, if it's all going to the same place, I guess put it together and send it out. Well, downtown sounds like it will be a bit of a traffic jam, and things are quieting down here. So, here in Pelham, milepost A&J 959.72 on the Lineville sub. Thanks for watching. Until the next milepost.